Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Ridir Gaming. I had fully planned on doing a review of Kerbal Space Program and the first historical expansion and everything, but work was really crazy this week, so I only got 4 hours instead of like 20, 30, or 40 hours in the game. So we're just going to call an audible today, and we're going to talk about something that Kerbal actually got me thinking a lot about. Work-life game balance. Hey, welcome back. I'm really enjoying Kerbal Space Program, but there's one problem. I just haven't played enough of it. Like, the game is super challenging, and it puts me in like this super happy state where the game is hard, but it's not so hard that I want to quit, and it's not so easy that I can just breeze through it. So there's a lot of little challenges, and it's just super enthralling. Instead, what I want to talk about today is balance, and why is it essential in our lives? Well, Kerbal got me thinking about this, so blame the game. We can build up situations that we believe are going to do great. Everything looks pretty on the outside, but we haven't done the detailed planning necessary to make sure our rocket can make it to space and come back. Some things or actions we don't anticipate or didn't even know could occur come up, and we just tip a little off center, and without a subtle course correction, we could end up going around in circles over and over and over until we run out of fuel and ultimately crash and burn. Usually, life doesn't let us throttle back and easily control the spin. Instead, getting locked into a full throttle maneuver and any correction too drastic, we still careen off course. So what are some of these things that we need to balance as gamers and parents and adults? Well, let me know what you think are the top priorities in daily life in the comments down below. If you're so inclined, hit that thumbs up and just let me know to keep making more content while you're there. I will use myself as an example simply because it's easier for this video. I would not be successful in any of these categories without hard work, but I'm not Superman and I need to sleep. I need to throw that caveat out there first. So to make this all work, I have to go through and balance the needs, wants, and desires in my life. In Kerbal terms, I need to make sure my center of thrust aligns with my center of gravity throughout the entire flight. If I overextend the ship and the center of gravity is too close to the engine or too far away, I might spiral out of control, catch on fire, and burn out. So what are these 5 categories? Well, first one is family. The spouse, kids, pets, they all take attention, love, and care. And then next comes work, whether it's full-time, part-time, college, whatever you're doing to provide some type of means. The third one is self-care. And this is something that most people just kind of say, oh, it'll happen when it happens. But in my opinion, you absolutely need to schedule this into your life. And that's going to be everything from haircuts and working out to reading and relaxation. The fourth one, friends. Hobbies and socializing. It's something that's very important because none of us are in this thing alone. So if it's Whiskey Wednesday, or if it's hobbies, or if it's socializing, or whatever it is. Well, actually, let's take hobbies out. Hobbies are the 5th category that need to be scheduled, at least in my opinion. I mean, we've got everything from video games and streaming, content creation, social media. These are all things that kind of need to go on the calendar. So for me, my top priority, it's family. There's no way anything else is superseding them. If any of the other categories starts to affect my family negatively, I immediately need to reevaluate if I need it in my life at all. Case in point, I love Pokemon Go, but I don't play anymore because I got way too into the mobile game. It helped me relive my youth, catching Pokemon on the Game Boy Color. I had Pokemon Yellow, by the way. I tried only to play a little, but I realized that I would rather play with my boys and hold their hands, walking around, going to the park, doing whatever, than being worried about catching a Pokemon at a Pokestop or going to a gym and doing a battle there. It just took too much time and my attention away from them. Next up is work. And most things cost money, so we work. And I take a great diligence in ensuring that I succeed in my career and provide for my family. So does my wife. That being said, my job is a means to an end. I fully understand that my legacy in this world is likely to be how I raise my kids than anything I ever do at work. That doesn't mean I don't care about what I do at work. I absolutely do. And I want to continue to succeed and do well. I just won't let it get in the way of my family being successful. This is easily my second heaviest priority. Self-care, we already kind of touched on this a little bit, but it's a very important thing that I think most people neglect. This is something to make sure that my family is successful and my career is successful. I need to take care of myself. I need to take care of haircuts. I need to make sure I have clean, presentable clothes. I need to make sure that everything that I do provides a good role model for my kids. Fourth priority is social life, because flying on this path alone isn't something I plan to do, and to be successful at work or at home, streaming, content creation, parenting requires interaction with other people. My wife's my best friend. If she wasn't, she probably wouldn't be my wife. I do my best to make friends at work, do my best to make friends in the neighborhood, go out there and talk to people, talk to other content creators online, talk to other players online, try and create a good community and be a good role model within the community, both in real life and online. Planting a little good in this world and being a positive role model is something that's very important to me, and I want to make sure my kids see that. I don't want to be a hypocrite and say be a better person and then set a bad example. I want to make sure that myself as a dad and a person, I help other people. I think we could all use this in real life and in the gaming community. Last, and if you're watching this video, you're probably thinking not least, are hobbies. But playing video games, being a content creator, entrepreneurship, these are the first things that have to get dropped if I have a higher priority that needs more time. I do my best not to lose these because it's how I recharge my batteries. I work on projects, I game, I try and build something. To me, it's probably more satisfying to complete a project in the background than to be the guy up front and being the guy on camera. However, completing that challenge is part of the reward, and it's what I really enjoy doing about my hobbies. So if I don't have time in my schedule to do my hobbies, I can get a little grumpy. That's why I always try and make sure there's time in my schedule. So I keep mentioning a schedule, and this is really important. Putting this schedule together helps form habits. And I mean, who keeps walking into their house and they put their keys down in the same spot and their wallet in the same spot and their phone in the same spot, and then when you go to leave, you pick it up and you don't even think about it. It's just second nature. It's always in the same spot. Unless you have minions. Sometimes those little guys come around and grab your stuff and they put it somewhere else, typically under the couch. But it's because it's a habit and it's part of the schedule. Now, scheduling is something that I attempt to maximize my time with. And I'll start this off by finding some sort of calendar, some sort of notebook, or anything really. I've used a lot of tools in the past. And I start with my family events and I block those off. And that's the first thing that goes on the calendar. That's quickly followed by work and then the transition time. And what I mean by transition time is the time it takes for me to get from home to work. And if I'm driving myself, I usually have some type of audiobook or podcast to listen to. And if I'm taking transportation, then I try and do some type of social media interaction, something that helps with one of my hobbies. Now, once I have those two out of the way, next comes weekly self-care. And that's placed in the schedule as necessary. So that's gym time, or if I need a haircut, or if I need to go get new clothes for work to be clean and presentable. With those big three out of the way, friends and social life and hobbies are then able to be placed on the calendar. This way I know how much time I have to go in and do board games with friends in the neighborhood, or do the movie night on the big projector out in the backyard, or something like that. And I can reprioritize as necessary for each week. Once I have that in there, I look at how much time I have left for my projects, and I say, you know what, I want to do this, this, and this for each one of my projects, and I see how much time I have per project, and I say, yeah, that'll fit in this time spot, that'll fit in this time spot. And that allows me to continue doing content creation and my other projects. The number one thing that I hope anyone can take from this is that we're not in this alone. There's thousands of gamers out there, and we all go through balancing issues every day. We grew up with the video games, board games, trading cards, whatever, and our parents didn't always understand why we enjoyed it so much. Heck, some of our spouses and significant others still don't understand why we enjoy it. Creating some balance in our lives can help us in a lot of ways, teaching others about gaming, creating content, and spending time with our family, and also how to be successful in our careers. One of the most important things balance can do for us is to help avoid burnout in any category by helping us manage our time and prevent oversaturation. I hope that we're able to find just a little bit of extra time to work on a project and teach the next generation it's okay to care. They don't have to be scared to try something new and different, and pursue it with the full intentions of succeeding. The ultimate goal here is to continue to grow the gaming community and communities in general in a positive way, less toxicity and more friendships along the way. So what's all this mean? What's the whole point of this video? I just wanted to throw this out there because that work-life balance and that video game balance and just putting everything into one schedule, some of us really struggle with that, and I really hope that somebody can just take that from this video and just be like, hey, look, if I can figure out what a good habit is, what a good scheduling is, how I can be better at a couple different little things and I can become more proficient at it, I can use that time that I gain to be better at other things that I want to do. So if it's being a better parent and I'm just better at being a parent, that's a huge win for me. If I get better at whatever I do for work, and then I get to come home earlier and I get to see my kids more and get to play games with them, if the wife and I agree, that's a huge win for me. It's all about being able to maximize our time so that we can be better dads, we can be better parents, we can just be better people. At the end of the day, the whole point of this channel is to just be better people, be better gamers, and raise the next generation of gamers to not be as toxic. The whole point of this channel is to raise better people, raise better gamers, be better gamers by example, and just have less toxicity in the online community, and show that it's okay to be good people with good role models going forward. If you agree or you don't agree, hey, just let me know down in the comments below. Hit that like button, and if you don't mind, just press subscribe. It really helps out the channel with growth and just provide feedback. That way we can provide content that you're looking for and hopefully help out with questions that you have. All right, this has been Ridir Gaming. We'll see you next time.